Hey guys, what's going on? Supro here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'll be going over my round 2 review. I scored 1,861 SuperCoach points this week in the top 33% with a season rank of 40,610. So I dropped 4,923 spots, which is not great. Bit of carnage this week. So we had Bailey Smith, obviously. It was a late out, but we knew that was going to be the case. We had Flynn as well, so not the greatest. I don't know why he's getting dropped, but yeah, when absolutely getting belted in the hit-outs by Wits, it kind of makes sense. But I've held on to him, haven't traded him out yet. I just wanted to wait and see until this week if he's going to get named this week on Thursday night or not. So hopefully he does come back, and then our cash gen will be right to go for the rest of the year. But if not, we'll have to trade him out. But yeah, had a few duds in the team this week. Harry Sheasel, 635k for a guy who's scoring 81, which is just not great at all. It's not as bad as Neil last week, but he's playing a bit forward now, so can't really do too much. I don't think it's worth trading him out. I think we should just hold him and just cop it. It is what it is. But yeah, that's been my attitude last week. And I've dropped in the ranks, so I probably should just get rid of him and play it differently. But I'll have to look at the fixture because I haven't considered trading him out, which doesn't sound like a smart thing to do, really. But he just really hasn't. He's been a trap, honestly. Like he's went nuts in the preseason game, got like a 170 or something, and then ever since like the actual rounds have started, he's been going crap, and probably could trade him out if you wanted to, but probably not a smart thing to do. But I might consider it to try and come back in the ranks. That's probably the only reason, or the only way I'll be able to come back in the ranks at this point. But have a look at Patrick's team. Schooners of Bolter. He's got Sheasel, so I could trade him out. Have a anti-pod Sheasel, which would be a bit risky, but yeah, might have to make a play like that at this point in the season to try and come back from 40k, which is pretty bad, pretty embarrassing, honestly. And then we have McGovern is struggling to even ton up this year, which is not great for a guy that's around 600k as well. So really messed up. I should have had Zorko there, and Dale was going nuts. But yeah, not the greatest. I think I'm just going to hold McGovern at this point. And then Roberts with the 115, he was nice. A bit of joy in defence, but my defence is a real issue. I've got Patton down back, who's not even playing. Leake's probably not going to come back this week. Reed scoring 36, which is not great either. And then Short with the 71, so he dropped off in the kick-ins. They gave him to Miller for some reason. And yeah, not a good sign at all. So I think he's on the chopping blocks this week. Trainer got 24, which is a disgrace. Neil was okay. He got 133, one of the highest scores in the team. So that was all right for a straight C. Pretty obvious C, though. And then Sarong was pretty lucky to get a 99. He was getting a fair bit of attention from James Jordan. So we expect a massive reply this week against West Coast. Hopefully he can go 150 plus at least. And then we've got Oliver, who was kind of thought he would go good. He's got a good matchup this week against Gold Coast. Hopefully he doesn't get tagged, but historically there are some good scores there. So could be a cheeky VC option. We might actually do it as a point of difference. Try and get up in the ranks. We might actually do that. I had the VC on Nankervis. He went shithouse. Bloody frustrating. The Gorn owners out there would feel the pain as well, because Gorn also scored 67 as well. Probably should have just started Sherry in hindsight, but yeah, I don't know why I decided to VC him. Pretty stupid. I looked at the DFS, the matchups, and Port were red restrictive, so for the rucks, so that was not a good choice by me. I thought because Gorn last time he played Port, he went like 170, and last time Nank played Port, he got injured with like a 60 at halftime or something. So I decided that maybe Nank could go nuts for me, but he went shithouse, so not great. Anyway, Chera, he seems to be like one of these guys that I've got in my team that just gets free Supercoach points, so I'm not complaining about that. And then O'Driscoll with a 95, which is nice. West Coast this week should be his first 100-plus score, you would imagine, for the year, which will be good. Keen for that. If you don't have him, I'd definitely get him in this week against West Coast. Sardis with a 78, not great at all. I mean, pretty good, actually. Bit of a bounce-back game from him, which is nice. Has a broken finger, I believe, or a broken hand, one of the two. So he's not going to be playing this week, so we'll have to get Reid onto the field against West Coast, so that'll be good. And then we got Ashcroft with a 72, which wasn't the worst. Kind of what you would expect. I would have expected a higher ceiling game from him against West Coast, but it is what it is. We'll take a 72. Nevitt was a bit disappointing, bit of a drop-off game. But yeah, we were getting smashed by the Saints, so not the greatest thing to watch. So I'll probably put him on the bench. We've got Callahan coming back this week, so that'll be good. The midfield's looking pretty sweet. Got all the nice rookies there. Nothing too stressful about the midfield. And then Nank, we just have to hold him. Don't know how he goes against Marshall. Pretty mid, so probably won't VC him there. Historically, I believe that the Saints give up ruck points, though. So, but I'm not going to do it again. I've done Nank as VC 2 weeks in a row. It hasn't worked out, so I'm not going to do it again. But knowing my luck, you probably go 150. But it is what it is. And then DeConing, probably not a bad option because, Bulldogs are pretty good opponents for Ruckman to score against. So you could go the VC on DeConing if you wanted to be a bit more risky. Hopefully Boyd will be back this week, and that'll probably turn me off Nank even more, but I'm not going to go with Nank as a VC. Horne-Francis was pretty disappointing, the horny man. Got Essendon this week, so hopefully you can actually go past 70, which would be great, but not going to get rid of him at this point because he's going to be a top 6 forward, you would imagine. Not many other guys up in the category there. And then we got McRae with a 162, went absolutely nuts. Could be easily an option for VC this week against Richmond, you would imagine. I should probably just VC him. Probably makes sense over Oliver. I feel like everyone's going to VC McRae, though. He's got Port and GWS coming up, so probably two weeks of 2 tags in a row, which isn't the greatest thing because my team has been copying it from the tags recently. This week, Callahan's probably going to get tagged by Hawthorn, but fingers crossed it's Tom Green instead. So Oliver, I thought he would get tagged against, was it Hawks? They played the Hawks. Oh no, they played North. I thought Powell was going to tag him, or Petrarca. Yeah, gee whiz, what a win that was for North. Anyway. But yeah, Bailey Smith, we're really hoping he comes back for the team this week. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. We got Sanders here, so I got sucked in by Bevo big time there. Looking at the team sheets, 2 weeks in a row in the midfield, but I got stitched up. Don't look at the team sheets. He's playing forward majority of the game. And yeah, just an absolute disgrace to have in my team. I can't believe it. Like, I can see the side where he's got the talent, he's coming through, but, he just looked really weak and slow. Like, he couldn't run out the game. Just hand passing it off straight away as soon as he got the ball. Like, he didn't want to be getting tackled. No, physical contact. But yeah, hopefully he comes good for the Dogs at some point. But yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of him. He was a failed pick for me. And then Daniel was great, so this is what we expect from him. Everyone's got him. Kako, had to put him on the field because I knew Bailey Smith was coming out of the side, so I put, luckily I had the E on Davidson there, so that was pretty nice for a 72. Another cash cow. If you don't have him, I'd get him in. And yeah, Flynn didn't play, so not great there. So hopefully he does come back this week. For trades, what would I do? Would I do something ridiculous? Surely not. Hey, would I trade out Sheasel? Surely not. Yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit stupid, to be honest. Who else would I get rid of, though? Short. Get Patton down back. What does this actually get me is a real question. if I did something like this. What does this do for my team? So if you got Stewart, I think he's like 3 weeks away, or he might be sooner than that, so that's good. But he's going to drop a fair bit in price, so it's one of those ones where you might just need to trade him out. Sis Dogger, what's his break even? 91. I don't mind him. He's just like has a couple low ceiling games with the 90s and stuff, which isn't too good. Holmes could be a guy to go for actually. Historically hasn't scored the greatest. Someone that I do want to have in my team though. Holmes. And then who else does this allow me to bring in? Get Fraser. Yep. So this is a big risky play. We could do this. Just trade out Sheasel, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do. But then I've still got bloody 2 rookies on the field there, so that's not really fixing much. Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't really look like it's going to help out the side all that much. So we'll probably have to not do that one. Get rid of Sanders. Short. We'll just hold on to Sheasel. I think that's probably the way to do it. Just don't be too reactionary. Swing pattern down there. I just need to get, because Leake's probably not going to come back this week, and Trainer or Reed might even be getting dropped at this rate. So I doubt they will, but it's just a bit of a concern. And then this leaves my forward line a bit exposed here as well. What to do is a real question. At the end of the day, I think Bailey Dale's going to be a must-have at this point, so I think he has to come straight into the team. He'll be in my final trade plan most likely. Then I've kind of got this situation here, like if I do the 2 trades, which probably I won't do. It's all dependent on if Smith's playing, which hopefully he comes back. I think he will come back. If Flynn's playing, maybe I'll hold on to him. But this will probably be my trade plan for if Flynn and Smith are playing. I'll do this where I'll get rid of Sardis because I'm not too sure. He might come back earlier than expected, but probably just have to get rid of him at this point. Can I get Fraser in? I can get Fraser in. That leaves me with 110k there, so that's a bit of a weird price point. So probably go and get Henderson just to get the cheap rookie. He's got a negative 71 break even, I believe it is. Pretty good. So that's probably the most logical decision there. We've got Roberts. So we're still going to have to field 2 of these spuds on the field, which won't be ideal. And then that way I'd keep Flynn and Smith if they're both playing, fingers crossed that they are. And then I've got to field 2 forward rookies as well. So Kako, we need him to score at least 60s or 50s. Davidson looked pretty good. I don't think he'll be getting dropped anytime soon. And then Callahan. I think I'll field Reed this week just because he's playing West Coast. And a 75 is a pretty good score from him. So I think the midfielders are all good. I think I've got the good rookies there. But my concern is definitely in defence mainly and the forward line where I've got Bailey Smith. So fingers crossed he's coming back. If he's not coming back, I might actually trade him out. We'll just see what I can do. If he's not coming back, I'm still in the boat where I might hold him, to be honest, just with the news about Tom Stewart, because I'm not sure when he's returning, but I think he might be coming back sooner than expected. But that means that there'd be more midfield minutes for Smith. But yeah, if we were going to get rid of Flynn, this is probably another trade scenario. So most likely, I've only got 3 trades anyway, so I'm getting rid of Short and Sanders regardless. So this option, I'd probably still do this even if Flynn's playing. Oh, maybe I wouldn't. Oh, I don't know. I'm still undecided. It's all really dependent on the team sheets. But get in Dale, bring him down back. Put Trainer down in the flex position. Might have to move Patton as well. So who we got? Fraser. We'll just grab Fraser. And who else? We'll get Connor O'Sullivan. I think with the Tom Stewart news, like, should have good job security now, so makes sense. And he scored 88, which I'm still a bit surprised that he scored that, but he'll take it. Pretty good for the SuperCoach side of it. So yeah, that gives me these guys, and then I'll just put Callahan. Have to get Sardis off. Yeah, if you don't have like O'Driscoll, he's like a must-have, by the way. Same with Reed. He's probably someone that you might want to get in as well, just because he's got a low break-even, -51. He's not going to get dropped, I don't think. Same with Ashcroft. So I've got most of the good rookies in the midfield. It's just the other parts of the field which aren't going too well. So there's this option here. Otherwise, I'm not too sure. I don't think I can afford... Can I afford... What's his name? Port Adelaide player. I think I've got him here. Kane Farrell. How much is he? I think he's a bit more expensive. Yeah. Like, I don't know if... Is there a point in going Farrell over Fraser? Not too sure. Save like 80k. Just for the same sort of scoring ability. But Fraser's not really taking any of the kickouts, where... Farrell's getting all of the kickouts mainly for Port, so that could be the play. Yeah, I think I just need to stack up on depth down back in defence, because I can't have Leak and Reed on field or Trainer. It's just absolutely disgraceful. Otherwise, yeah, most likely scenario we'll get Dale in, and what if we did trade out Smith? What does that do for us? Haven't really looked too deep into this one. Then I'd have to get in like someone like a Rankin. That would be my only way I'm doing this. Get in Rankin, Dale, two primos instead of a few fake primos, and that will give me enough coin to get in a. Who else could I get? I could get O'Sullivan. Probably makes the most sense. Grab him. That way I get the mid prices out of the side for 2 top 6 keepers, you would imagine. Probably is the most logical bet. And with Adelaide versus North Melbourne this week, you probably want to get in Rankin. Could be a good option. Could go nuts. You do get tactical subbed, so that's no good. That looks a little bit better. But yeah, I'm still in the boat where I probably want to hold on to... where I do want to hold on to, what's his name, Bailey Smith. But yeah, I just don't think I can get in Lindsay, which is a bit annoying. Fraser could just give him a skip, because he's not likely going to be a top 8 defender, but who knows? Seems unlikely. But for me personally, I think this is where I'm sticking more towards. Like, I'll probably just keep Smith, get rid of Sanders, get rid of Short, and yeah, maybe I can hold on to Flynn. See if he's playing or not. If he's not playing, and I'll trade him out. Like, I could go something a bit more risky here in the forward line and get another mid-pricer in Bailey Humphrey, if he's got that midfield spot. But I'm concerned that Sam Flinders is going to be back soon, so he could be back this week after the bye. You would imagine that might affect his role. But they do have a pretty nice fixture. I'm considering it. He's got a -2 break even. He scored 104. got like North and Richmond coming up, so should be a bit of a cash cow, you would imagine. I know that on fantasy he only scored like 50 or something, and then SuperCoach is a different story. So yeah, he seems like a good SuperCoach pick, but I think for me, because he's only played the 1 week, I don't want to go there. I'd probably just wait until next week and then maybe look to bring him in then. And then what this will leave me with. How can I do this? Yeah, I'm going to have to grab O'Sullivan, I think. At the end of the day, it seems like O'Sullivan and Dale are coming in regardless, so that's most likely what's going to happen. Just for a bit of depth down back, and then I guess we can just field Davidson there, and we could trade out Sardis. This is probably like the most logical decision to do, and then we can bring in Lindsay. This is probably, I spelled his name wrong. This probably makes the most sense, and then I've got like 173k in the bank left over. Could get Smith up to Rankin next week if I want. I'll just have the cash there. Get Flynn to someone maybe. Probably not the greatest. But yeah, it's all dependent on the team sheets. If Flynn is playing, then I'll keep him. If he's not, then I'll trade him. Probably should try and look to get Lindsay into the flex position there. Who do I just trade out? Sardis. So I could do something else, like get Sardis back in. Get him back in, just hold on to him. If he just misses a week, it's not the end of the world. He's got the 78 in the system, so should still be able to make a bit of cash for us. And then I'll get rid of Flynn and just store his cash in the bank, and that way I can get Lindsay and probably leaves me with like 244k for next week, which is probably too much to have in the bank, but I think this is probably like the safest play to going forward anyway. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. VCC, probably McRae into Sarong would be the most obvious one. Could go Oliver as well if you wanted to have a bit of a risk. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below like how you guys are going, how you're tracking along. I think this is what I prefer. So then Lindsay can cover one of these shocking scores that we're going to cop down back. Leak's probably not going to come back, which is not good. And then I've got 2 bots on the field. I've got 2 guys that aren't even going to be playing in the forward line as rookies there, so that's a bit of a concern. I think next week I'm just going to have to try and get in someone else. Maybe a Humphreys type next week, just to have a bit more depth in the forward line. And then, my team will be looking good to go from there. It still leaves me with the issue of having 2 rookies on the field in defence, which I still don't feel great about. But you got to have some areas of the field exposed, I guess. Anyway, on my watch list, I'm looking at Holmes, so maybe he can be someone, or maybe even Doherty if he drops in price. I might even consider it as a massive pod. But yeah, he still isn't taking the kick-ins or anything. It doesn't look like it. So if he does get a role change, maybe that's the case with Carlton because they're going pretty bad. So maybe they bring Doherty down back. That would be nice. But yeah, he seemed to score pretty well in the first game for a sub. But yeah, going 0 and 2, maybe they need to change it up at Carlton. Maybe they bring Doherty down back. And if that is the case, then we could look to bring him in and see if he gets DPP status. But the midfield's looking pretty sorted, so it's more of having to find someone in the forward line or in defence that'll be able to score well and make a bit of cash. I got Dacos up here for some reason, but he's probably someone that we can look at getting in soon as well. But yeah, wait until he starts to drop in price. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what you're thinking of doing for your VC and C option this week and just how you're going in general. Like if you're feeling like you're pretty far behind or not, shouldn't matter. By the time the buys come, that's when you start to see massive changes in the ranks and stuff. But having a bit of a worse start to this year than I did last year, which is unfortunate. And I managed to finish like 300th last year, like 324th, I think. But I don't know if I'll be able to get back to like that sort of area at 40k now. So I might have to start thinking about doing things differently. But I had a loss against David in the Yeoman team, so no good there. First week, so some big scores from some of the guys, like Matt, he got 1,977, pretty good, 2,000 from Lachlan there. Corey, his first Motlops crew, 2021, not a bad score at all. I think it's been a bit of bad luck for us, like having a shit score in the rucks from Nank has kind of set us back a fair bit. Once these initial buy rounds start to go away, we should be all good to go. Let's see how we go this week. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Cheers.